before you walk into that animal shelter with your heart wide open, there are 7 things the staff will never tell you, and one of them could save you from heartbreak. I'm not trying to scare you away from adopting. Quite the opposite. But after volunteering at shelters for over 5 years and helping hundreds of families find their perfect match, I've seen too many dogs return within weeks because families weren't prepared for reality. Let's get into it. Hi, welcome to Pet and Wildlife Wonders. If you're new here, we share real animal rescue stories, expert pet care tips, and the honest truth about animal ownership that nobody else talks about. If you love animals as much as we do, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss our weekly videos and daily shorts. Here's something that might surprise you. According to the ASPCA, approximately 3.3 million dogs enter shelters every year in the United States alone. But here's the heartbreaking part. Nearly 23% of adopted dogs are returned within the first few months. Why? Not because they're bad dogs, but because adopters weren't told the full story. Today, that changes. Let's start with something shelters rarely explain: shelter shock. When you meet a dog at a shelter, you're seeing them at their absolute worst. Imagine being ripped from everything you know, surrounded by constant noise, strange smells, and dozens of other scared animals. That sweet, calm dog you met who barely made eye contact, they might be a wild ball of energy at home. And that hyperactive, barking dog, they could be the calmest couch potato once they decompress. This is called the 3-3-3 rule, and almost no shelter staff will explain it to you. In the first 3 days, your dog is overwhelmed and shut down. In 3 weeks, they start getting comfortable. And after 3 months, that's when you see their true personality. So here's what shelters won't tell you. Don't judge a dog by their shelter behavior. Ask staff how long they've been there. Request to see videos from volunteers who spend more time with them, and if possible, arrange a foster to adopt trial period. Which brings me to secret number 2. When you're reading that adoption profile, it says things like good with kids or needs an active home. But here's what shelters often can't tell you, because they genuinely don't know. Many shelter dogs are strays or owner surrenders with vague histories. That good with kids label might be based on a single 10-minute interaction, not months of living with children. The house-trained status? Sometimes it's an educated guess. I'm not saying shelters are lying. They're doing their best with limited information. But you need to be prepared for surprises. Here's what you should do. Ask specific questions. How long has this dog been here? Has this dog been in a foster home? If so, can I contact a foster? What specific situations have you tested this dog in? Has this dog shown any concerning behaviors, even minor ones? Good shelters will appreciate these questions because it shows you're serious. And here's the thing they won't directly say. If a dog has been at the shelter for months, there's usually a reason. It doesn't mean they're a bad dog. Maybe they're shy, overlooked, or need an experienced owner. But you deserve to know what you're signing up for. Which leads me to the biggest secret of all. Here's something shelters barely mention during the adoption process. You can return the dog. Now, I know that sounds harsh, but here's the truth. Shelters would rather you return a dog than keep an animal you can't properly care for. Yet they don't emphasize this because they don't want you thinking adoption is a trial run. But knowing you have this safety net is actually empowering. It means you can adopt with confidence, knowing that if there's a serious issue, aggression, severe anxiety, incompatibility with your family, you have options. Most shelters have a 30-day return policy, some even longer. But here's the catch they won't tell you. After that window, returning gets complicated. You might face surrender fees, and some shelters won't take the dog back at all, leaving you to rehome them yourself. So here's my advice. Take that first month seriously. Really observe your dog. Work with a trainer if needed. Because if it's truly not working out, it's better to return them early when they're still adoptable rather than months later, when behavioral issues have worsened. Remember, returning a dog isn't failure. Keeping one you can't care for is. Okay, secret number 4 is about money. Shelters will tell you the adoption fee, usually between $50 to $300. What they won't tell you is that the first year with a dog typically costs between $1,500 to $3,000. Let me break down what they don't mention. Initial vet visit and vaccinations, $200 to $400. Spay/neuter, if not included, $200 to $500. Training classes, $150 to $300. Supplies, crate bed, toys, leash, $300 to $500. Food, quality brand, $500 to $800 per year. Unexpected vet bills, $500-1,000 plus. And here's the big one they never mention, behavioral training. If your shelter dog has anxiety, fear, aggression, or reactivity, which many do, you're looking at professional training costs that can run $1,000 to $3,000. Now, I'm not saying don't adopt. I'm saying budget properly. Because financial stress is one of the top reasons dogs get returned. Shelters should be more upfront about this, but they're afraid it'll scare people off. The reality? Prepared owners are successful owners. Pro tip. Before adopting, save an emergency fund of at least $1,000 for unexpected vet bills. Trust me, they will happen. Here's a fun fact that shelters won't admit. Most breed labels on mixed breed dogs are complete guesses. That lab mix probably has no lab in them. The shepherd mix? Maybe, maybe not. Studies show that even experienced shelter staff guess breeds wrong about 75% of the time. Why does this matter? Because breed labels come with assumptions. People adopt lab mixes expecting friendly, easygoing dogs. But if that dog is actually part cattle dog or husky, you're in for a high-energy surprise. And here's the controversial part. Some shelters intentionally mislabel breeds to make dogs more adoptable. A dog with pit bull features might be labeled a boxer mix because pit bulls face discrimination. I'm not saying this to criticize shelters. They're trying to save lives. But you need to know, ignore the breed label. Instead, focus on energy level observed at the shelter, size and exercise needs, behavioral traits staff have noticed, your lifestyle and what you can handle. If you really want to know your dog's breed, get a DNA test for about $100. But honestly, it doesn't matter as much as compatibility. Shelters do basic health checks, vaccines, spay/neuter, maybe a heartworm test. But here's what they often can't or won't tell you. Many underlying health issues won't show up until later. Hip dysplasia, heart murmurs, chronic ear infections, food allergies, these things take time to discover. And while most shelters have a health guarantee for major issues found within 2 weeks, chronic conditions that appear later. You're on your own. I'm not saying shelter dogs are unhealthy. Many are incredibly resilient, but especially with older dogs or certain breeds prone to issues, be prepared for surprise vet bills. Here's what to ask before adopting. Has this dog been seen by a vet? Can I have records? Are there any known health concerns, even minor? What's the health guarantee policy? Can I have my own vet examined within 72 hours? Pro tip. Schedule a vet visit within the first week. Many adoption contracts give you a window to return the dog if major health issues are discovered. Use it. All right, here's the big one. The question shelters absolutely hope you don't ask. Why was this dog returned before? If a dog has been adopted and returned sometimes multiple times, shelters are legally required to tell you if you ask directly, but they won't volunteer this information. And look, I get it. Every dog deserves a chance, and sometimes returns happen for legitimate reasons. Owner lost job, had to move, developed allergies. Not the dog's fault. But other times, the dog was returned for biting, severe separation anxiety, or destroying the home. And you need to know this. Here's how to ask without sounding accusatory. I noticed this dog has been here a while. Has this dog been adopted and returned before? If so, can you share why? I want to make sure I'm prepared to give him the right home. Good shelters will respect this question and be honest. If they get defensive or refuse to answer, that's a red flag. You're not being mean. You're being responsible. Both you and the dog deserve a successful placement. Okay, so you've done your research, asked all the questions, and you're bringing home your new best friend. Here's what to do in that critical first week. Number 1. Give them space. Don't overwhelm them with visitors, other pets, or too much freedom. Set up a quiet space where they can decompress. Number 2. Stick to a routine immediately. Dogs thrive on predictability. Same feeding times, same walk schedule, same bedtime. Number 3. Don't rush training. The first week is about building trust, not obedience. Let them settle in before you start working on commands. Number 4. Take tons of photos and videos. Document behaviors, energy levels, and anything concerning. This helps you track progress and provides evidence if you need to consult a trainer or, worst case, return the dog. And number 5, reach out for help early. If you're seeing red flags, aggression, severe anxiety, resource guarding, don't wait. Contact a shelter, hire a trainer, or consult your vet immediately. Early intervention saves dogs' lives. Don't be embarrassed to ask for help. Look, I know this video might seem like I'm discouraging adoption, but that couldn't be further from the truth. Millions of incredible dogs are waiting in shelters right now. Dogs will change your life, make you laugh every day, and love you unconditionally. They deserve homes, but they also deserve prepared homes. Homes that won't give up on them when things get hard. Homes that understand what they're signing up for. By watching this video, you're already ahead of 90% of first-time adopters. You're educating yourself, asking the right questions, and setting both you and your future dog up for success. So go to that shelter with confidence. Ask the tough questions. Take your time. And when you find the right match, it'll be one of the best decisions of your life. If this video helped you, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps us reach more future dog parents. And subscribe to Pet and Wildlife Wonders for more honest pet advice, rescue stories, and animal content you won't find anywhere else. Drop a comment below. Are you planning to adopt? Have you already adopted? What questions do you still have? I read every comment and I'll answer them. And if you want to learn more, check out this video on common mistakes new dog owners make, or this one about how to prepare your home before bringing a dog home. Thanks for watching, and remember, don't shop, but shop smart when you adopt.